Hello, it's Fariha Mahmood. Today I'm going to discuss how I did my video project for analysis of complex structure introduced by Sri. In this project, we had 3 different tasks. For the first task, we had to find out an indeterminate real life structure. Due to COVID-19, I couldn't find any, so I got one frame structure from internet, which is 8 by 16 meter. For the task 2, we had to analyze the structure according to force method and slope deflection method. So here is my free body diagram where I plot the UDL on the top 9.99 according to my student ID, and I have 2 pin supports. In the primary structure, I remove one of the horizontal forces to make the structure determinate and apply virtual load to redundant structure and got the deflection profile. After that, I applied compactability equations and applied the method of virtual work to calculate reactions in each support. After I get all the values, I plot them and got the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. In the slope deflection method, I assume that the phi equals 0 because there is no support displacement. After that, I applied equation for each span to get the moment, and after I get all the values, I plot them and get the bending moment diagram. Now let's move on to task 3. In task 3, we had to analyze the structure according to moment distribute method and approximate method. For the moment distribute method, I removed the CD load just not to have any side weight. After that, I find the moment of inertia and the distribution factors as well. Therefore, I find out the fixed end moments and use the moment distribution table to obtain moment at each joint. And I find out the bending moment diagram and shear force diagram for moment distribution method. For the second method, approximate method, we have 2 types of UDL on the top and the side as well. That's why we can make it in, we can divide it in 2 cases. For the first case, we can apply the load on the top span, which is BC, and here I use the length 0.15 L, and then I find out the center section reaction and joint section moment. Then I found the horizontal reaction forces, then found the shear forces and bending moments, and I plot the values and got the bending moment diagram for vertical load and shear force diagram for horizontal load. In the case 2, I applied the horizontal UDL on the right side of the span CD, and I got the reaction forces, and after I got all the values, I plot them and got the bending moment diagram for horizontal load and shear force diagram for horizontal load. After that, I combined both of them. For the horizontal load and the vertical load, I combined the load and get the bending moment diagram and the shear force diagram. So that's pretty much it. And if you ask me, I'll say that the slope deflection method was quite easy to understand, but the force method was really hard. And the moment distribution method was really easiest because the calculation was pretty much shorter than other. And the approximate method was the lengthiest, but it was quite easy. And the last, I would like to thank Sri